Okay, this video is going to talk about passing multiple arguments. And so make sure you write down this code here and then come back and we're going to go through it, and then you'll be able to write some code on there or write some notes on there. So let's write notes on these things that you should have already written, and we will take a look at this. So in this case, you notice that we're not declaring any variables in the new method called pickles. What we're doing now is we're going to declare the two variables num eaten and when eaten inside of the main method. And so this, remember, this is a very simplified program just to demonstrate or discuss a specific concept. So this is part of a bigger program, so this is not your normal program. This is way too simple. But the idea is that, let's say that we have num eaten is 5 and when eaten is yesterday, and we want another method to print out that I ate 5 pickles yesterday. Then in order for that other method to be able to print that, we can't use variable calls, so you can't go num eaten here and you can't go when eaten here, because the compiler will not see those two variables, because these variable calls are out of scope. They can not access those two variables. So we have to pass both of those, the values of both of those variables at the same time. And so what we do is we put them in like normal, except for you put a comma in between the arguments. And so we're going to pass the 5 and the yesterday through these two variable calls here in the method call. And so then what happens is, what's important here is that the num eaten, the 5, is going to be passed to the first parameter. So it's got to go in order. The first argument gets passed to the first parameter. The second argument gets passed to the second parameter variable. And so that's something you need to make sure you have on your notes so that you don't forget that. And so we're going to pass yesterday to this variable called when. Notice num eaten is an int, so we declare the parameter variable as an int, and you can name it whatever you want. I try to make the names smaller, just abbreviation type situations. So num eaten is 5 is being passed to num, and then when eaten is passed to the parameter variable when. Notice it's a string. When eaten is a string, and so we declare the parameter variable as a string. They've got to match. All right, and we have to go in order. And then num then is called, and when is called and used in the method, and so it will print I ate 5 pickles yesterday. And so just to demonstrate that, we go over here and we compile it, and notice this is the same code. We run it, and so it does actually print I ate 5 pickles yesterday. So the 5 and the yesterday have to get passed by the method call to the parameter variables in the method header in order to be used inside of that method. Method or variable calls do not work. Okay, that's how you do it. Now if you have multiple arguments, you can have 3, 7, you can have 12 arguments being passed and to 12 different parameter variables, but they have to go in order. That's the idea. You have to match the orders. All right, that's it.